Alrighty.
Hey everybody, my name is Robin Whitworth. I am the facilitator of the Elevated Mother Experience program, and I have with me today Brynne Erickson, and she has been in our program for what, a couple months, 3 months? I don't know,
More like two, I think.
2 months, and
Uh-huh.
she has had some awesome stuff happening with just a lot of stuff. I'm going to let her just take it away. But before we get into some of the questions that are specific to your experience in the program, a lot of people come to us, and maybe you did too, and you can share more about that if you feel called to, but they think, I don't know if I need that. I don't know if this is what I'm looking for.
Mhm.
I'm I'm not that. I maybe don't have older kids. Oh, I don't work, or I'm too old for something like this, or I'm too young for something like it's very interesting the
Mhm.
parameters people put on who. So give us a little bit of your demographic. Are you married? Do you have kids? Do you like what? Tell us a little bit about your situation.
Okay, so I would consider myself kind of an older mom. So I'm at 35 and I have a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old, and we're still hoping to grow our family. So I am married and I am very religious. And yeah, so that's a little bit about me. Oh, I stay at home, but I dabble in e-commerce. I worked in the field for 7 years in elementary school, but now I'm mostly a stay-at-home mom.
Hey, beautiful. So tell us then, where were you? How did you find us? Like what was going on 2 months ago?
Yeah, so I was I've been feeling in a floundering position for a while, just kind of stuck. Lots of good ideas, lots of potential, doing lots of good in my community, but just wasn't feeling really fulfilled or settled, um, or directed, I guess. And I was talking to a friend about some goals and ambitions that I have in the life coaching sphere. And she said, "Oh my gosh, you should come to this retreat with me with Robin. She's a Christian mom's coach." And I'd never been to a retreat before. And I love the coaching world. And it was just very applicable to me, Christian moms. And I honestly had no idea what that entailed, but it just felt like an answer. Like it did in that moment. It was just like, this is kind of what I've been looking for. And this particular friend, I know when I talk to her that I'm going to get some direction. Like she always helps me. But this just was so hopeful. So I signed up for the retreat. I did things kind of backwards. I signed up for the retreat first, and then you and I talked. And then I had no hesitation in joining the Elevated Mother Experience program after we talked, and it just all felt so right and fell right into place in my life.
That's awesome. Like, yay
Mm-hmm.
for reaching out to friends and people of being willing
Yes,
to talk. That's something I think many people are actually very scared of doing. Like, what are they going to
agreed.
say? What will they? Did you have any fears when we were scheduling our call
Hmm.
or hesitations?
No, more just curiosity.
Hmm.
For me, I honestly was not expecting to sign up for the program right away.
Yeah.
I just thought it was going to be more information, like, oh, and then I can think about it. But I just knew very clearly that if I wanted to get clarity, that this was the place that it was going to come.
Awesome. So tell us then, some people think, oh, it's a mindset program, or what is this? What's going on? So tell us what's it really like on the inside?
Oh, I just love it. Like the teacher in me, especially. I love systems and processes. And like you've created a process for gaining like clarity. And that's what you profess to do. And it's just amazing that it works. And I love that it's a tool that I can use my whole life. Like whenever I come up against something. And not even that, but I love that a part of it is literally evaluating where you're at.
Yeah.
And so you encourage us to do it like every so many months. And that dreaming process and that visualizing process and creating affirmations to help us with where we want to go. Because I mean, obviously, I'm only in my 30s, so who knows what my 40s self is going to be, and then my 50s self. And as my circumstances change with my children and my husband and my home, and this process will allow me to overcome any places that I start to feel stuck or stagnant, and just allowing me to keep moving forward in a way that I am familiar with and that it works. So, yeah, I mean, part of it is mindset, but there's more pieces to it, like with the brainstorming, the journaling, the affirmations, the conversations. Those are really valuable. Um, yeah, and I've done the life coaching mindset stuff, and this is just a very different world, I guess.
So when you say that's one of the things that we get a lot of questions is how is this program different than any other mindset
Mm-hmm.
program? Because from the outside, right, our ideal client is looking for clarity and da 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 da. But as you've discovered, the program is much more than that. How would you put that into words? If someone's like, well, what is that program about? Is it just mindset? Like what's the difference to you, or what are some of the most valuable pieces that are a little different?
I think the conversation part of it, the community part of it is really key. I love that we have one on ones, but we also have group calls, which is really great. And then the retreat was actually really cool in the fact that you got to meet like your comrades in your group, like your cohort. And that was really empowering. So now on the calls, they're like, hey, it's my friend so and so. And it's like having a conversation with your friends, but you're all kind of in the same club. Like you know the lingo, you know the vernacular, you know the struggles of everybody, and you've kind of taken in how they can relate to you. Um, so those are really valuable, whereas a lot of the coaching things I've done are more like larger group all the time and not as intimate. So that part is really special about the elevated mother experience. Yeah, and then just your workbook. Like I said, the process of the whole package deal of writing out, getting your thoughts organized, and then deciding which ones are the ones that you want to focus on. I guess in most of my coaching things, it's kind of like as a thought comes and I don't have clarity on that current thought, or I recognize a thought that's bothering me, then I address like that thought. Whereas with you, you have this process with that it allows you to think all the thoughts and like where do you want to go and what's holding you back. And then you create affirmations for all of those thoughts, all of those things. So I guess, yeah, I guess that's the biggest thing with life coaching. It's more as thoughts come, you address them. Whereas with elevated mother experience, you figured out a way to like get all the thoughts, the limiting beliefs out, and then work on all of them together. And obviously, there are certain ones for me that I kind of focus more on naturally, but I'm prepared to work on them as they show up because I already have a plan in place for all of them.
Yes. That's awesome. Like it's beautiful to have a teacher on here, and anyone watching this recording, these are unscripted. Like she didn't tell me what her answers would be. I gave her a very loose
Yeah.
framework. This is very much the original conversation in many ways. So I'm sitting here going, she's a teacher. She
Mm.
sees her gift is in structuring thoughts to be able to,
Mm-hmm.
disseminate out to another brain. And so she's
Mm-hmm.
picking up. It's beautiful to hear you. I'm like, oh, Brynne has picked up this own process of like, oh, any thought, any experience I can put through this
Mm-hmm.
little sieve, if you will, have it come
Yeah.
out the other side and be like, oh, that's what I'm doing. It's awesome. I love it. So
Right.
tell
I
me,
know.
go
Yeah, go
ahead.
ahead.
No, go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say, like, a part of me has been like, ever since quitting the teaching world and coming into motherhood, and there's like only so much structure that I can have from day to day, has been very, very hard for me.
Hmm.
Whereas in my classroom, we had the schedule, we stuck to it for the most part. We could be kind of flexible, but I just knew what was going to be happening almost all day. And then I'd go home and I didn't have children for a long time and I had my routine. And so a part of that kind of like feeling stuck has been trying to figure out like my own processes and
Oh,
systems and such. So,
that's awesome. That's great insight.
yeah.
So tell us, 2 months in, you've been following the process beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
She's been scheduling her one-on-ones, she's been following it. What is like maybe your biggest, we could say your big book of proof moment, a win,
Mm.
something that you're just like, I came in without this, now I have this, and this is what happened. What has shifted with that?
Man, just so much clarity. I should have grabbed my book of proof and brought it in here with me. But
Whatever you pick is the right one.
um goodness. There's just been so many things that have happened. And I've been on a very heavy spiritual journey too, which is been such a great thing to be a part of this community where that is one of the main things that holds us together is our belief in Jesus Christ. And that has been very special to me. And goodness, here we go. Real stuff here. So I just have really appreciated that where religion can be such a vulnerable topic, that there has been such a safe space to be able to talk about our experiences and tie it in naturally with religion. Because for someone like me that believes that Christ is in every aspect of my life, I can talk about that openly and freely. And it's been beautiful. So a lot of my elevating moments have been spiritually uplifting as well and have nourished my soul and have helped me um, become who I want to be as a whole, meaning my mind, body, and soul. So, I guess because I came in uncertain of how I wanted to spend my time and like becoming who God wanted me to be. And I realized that God wants me to be whoever I want to be. And that has helped me so much because where I was so hung up on, oh, I have all these ideas and all these wonderful things and ways that I can contribute to the world. Which one of them is the way He wants me to show up in this world? And then just through the process and my spiritual journey, I've come to learn like He just wants me to be whoever I want to be. Like all of these are awesome ideas. He's like, just pick one or all of them. I don't care. Just do good and be good. And so all my business ideas, I kind of, with the process, honed in on them and was able to discard some and realize which ones I really wanted to focus on and come up with a plan on how to execute that. And I was okay. Like I finally find peace and I can do all of these things. I don't have to pick just one of them. Like all of them are worthy of my time and in God's eyes because it's what I want to do. He wants me to become the best version of me. And he doesn't have some predestined way of me supposed of who I'm supposed to be. I can create that. So it's just been really empowering to realize how much control I actually have of my life. And I'm finally feeling like that direction that I was craving and that clarity. And I feel so unstuck and enlightened. And through conversation and books you've recommended and the process that again I'm able to apply in any thoughts that I have, it just has brought so much clarity. So I can't think of one specific moment. There's been a lot of spiritual moments of elevation, but I guess all of them culminate that I'm becoming who the best and highest version of myself. And it's invigorating and thrilling, and yeah, it's really exciting.
That's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's been so beautiful to see your level of willingness, right? It takes a willingness to be able to have the conversations that you hold so valuable, to be able to be willing to ask the questions and hear the
Mm-hmm.
answers that then you can choose to accept or reject. And you've been willing to experiment and sit with them and really,
Mm-hmm.
really integrate what this could mean for you to find what you found. It's been beautiful to see. You're a great student and a great teacher to turn around and then have the great
Thanks.
conversations with others, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's a lot of moms like you. They are. They've maybe taught, maybe they were in the business world, maybe they were in corporate, maybe they
Mm-hmm.
feel like they're like, what does God want me to do? They're sitting in this
Mm-hmm.
dissonance of like, I just want to do the right thing. Come and just strike me, God, and tell me what to do so I'm not in
Mm-hmm.
turmoil anymore, right? This is,
Yeah,
this is a common struggle. People are just like,
absolutely.
I just want to know I'm going to be successful. They just
Mm-hmm.
want this surety. There's a lot of women out there that would love to be able to have just said what you did. Like, I'm able to just progress on myself, and that's enough. And that's actually all there was. What an amazing thing. So,
Mm-hmm.
what do you tell a woman that's feeling that way, that might be considering this program? She probably has hesitations on price, she has hesitations on time commitment with kids and just different, a busy husband, that her husband is a
Yeah.
doctor, just someone that feels like maybe they don't have a ton of support, or they're not sure. They're just not sure what they should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
What words of advice do you have for this mom?
Um, coming to mind, like I'm my own best investment.
Mm,
Like I can, if I don't take care of myself, I can't take care of other people. So, including my children, my husband, my family, my community, and my body and mind are what allow me to contribute to the world. So, I have just allowed that to spend what I feel I need to in the moment. And that obviously is something that I have to weigh out. Is this truly what I need to be doing right now? But with the elevated mother experience, I with all the other coaching programs I've done, this is definitely the one that has helped me see the biggest changes and quite quicker than I expected, might I add. Not that I didn't get value in all the other things that I've done, but like I said, there's just so much power in this whole package process that you can utilize forever. And time is something that I've had to experiment with for myself. And I guess that's the thing is you have to be willing to experiment. You can't put a date on progress. Um, you have to be willing to try and to fail and evaluate and try again. And then maybe what works for one moment doesn't work for another or for the next. And so I've learned to really honor my toddler's nap time. And I put my 5-year old on the iPad, and that's when I get to do my studying. And it has made all the difference. There's no more of this like guilt that I'm not working on myself and I'm not spending time with my children. So I've just really had to focus on being present and honoring that time for me and creating that time. And I found that nap time is the best. And obviously that will shift once my toddler doesn't take naps anymore and we'll have to find a new time or figure it out. But I'm confident that I will because I have so much proof that I already have. And so as things change, I can figure it out. And it might take some experimenting, but I know that I will. So for anyone that's considering this program, I don't know. I mean, I recommend it to everybody. For me, it's been the best investment ever. And like I said, whatever you want for yourself that is good and righteous and loving for yourself or for others, God wants that for you. And He will help you make it happen. And if it's money, take it to the Lord and you will get creative and you will find the money. Or you can start saving for it and you'll find creative ways to make that happen. And yeah, God is in every aspect of our lives and really wants what we want. And I think everyone should want the Elevated Mother Experience program. But that's just my personal opinion because it's been amazing for me. And I consider myself a pretty ambitious person. And I've tried lots of things, but I have absolutely loved this program.
Awesome. We love having you in it. Such a blessing, such a gift to get to work alongside you for a season. So awesome. Thank you so
Agreed.
much for your time. Do you have any other last words of wisdom that you wanted to be sure to share? Anything before we go?
I think I said it all. Just,
Okay.
yeah, make
A
this
lot of
program
beautiful.
happen. It'll change your life.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time, for taking all the things to gather your thoughts. As a mom, we all know this is
Yeah.
incredible. All right. Have an awesome day, my friend.
Thank you.